Let's go.
Let's go.
And we're back. Ooh, it feels good out here.
It does. It feels so nice. I love it.
Well, before we hop back in this conversation about how me and Bay initially met, how we were friends, and how that friendship blossomed into what it is now, I just want to let the people know where we're at, because this is actually across the street from historic 4th Ward Park, which was the first Get Your Ass Up meetup. We met right over here.
In the rain, remember?
In the motherfucking rain, baby.
It was raining, y'all.
In the rain. I wanna go outside. I wanna
We
go
literally
outside.
walked in the rain, I remember.
Yo, I really love the sun. I ain't gonna lie. This shit feels so good.
It feels good.
It
feels so nice.
This year went by fast, babe. I really want to start the convo on that kind of note, because this is very reminiscent of where we were last year. Like, it was spring. It was like the top of spring. I was excited to get outside and start hosting these wave meetups.
Yeah.
And you were a very key part of that.
Yes.
And that's what I love about you, because before I ever liked you in an intimate way, I knew that you supported me. Not just through your words, but through your actions.
Yeah, just want to be involved in all the stuff you had going on with the wave community.
And you know what's crazy? I used to say that type of shit in the wave chat.
What?
Like, people, because people have always been very intrigued and enthralled in my love life. They be waiting on me to, like, you know,
get with somebody,
meet a girl. Who's Frenchie gonna get with?
Right.
That's always been a thing in all my communities. So I remember saying it in the chat, and we was talking about the kind of woman that I wanted to be with eventually. Even though I wasn't looking, I was like, it would be great to have a woman that just rock with me, like be on some first lady vibes.
Was it before? It's probably before I got in the chat, right? I don't know.
Probably, I don't know. If you were in there, you probably weren't listening to that particular convo.
Yeah.
But I always talk about that, like just having a woman that really want to walk with me.
Yeah.
Like, figuratively walk with me, but you literally was walking with me. In the Get Your Ass Up meetups, we was literally walking together, baby.
We was literally
walking together.
The Get Your Ass Up, But even before that, like at your event, like the first picnic event you did, I remember we were the only ones who brought like stuff. Like I brought the water guns. You brought the game. I brought the water guns. I had brought another game too, I think. But I had brought like maybe like 4 or 5 water guns with me, I remember.
You were
another game. Yeah. And like food, like I pitched in for the food. Like it was a lot. Like, and I was already.
You definitely did pitch in for the food.
Yep. I remember because I asked you, I went to you and I was like, "You're gonna get the pizza?" I'm like, "You need me to like help with that?" And you're like, "Yeah." And I think we went and got it or something. Yeah.
Babe, you looking good as hell.
Oh, thank you.
She just got her nails did today, y'all. And she out here looking all good with this sun bouncing off that melon. And she got this reddish tone lips. Okay. Let me get back. Let me get back focused. Let me get back focused, baby. Hey, if you ain't looking at your partner and thinking that every time you see them, because I promise you, every time I see this woman, it's like the first time. But that's crazy, because the first time I seen you, I wasn't thinking that.
Nope. I mean, of course, we were both not out, you know. It was, and that's the thing I want to say too. Like people always, and that's like in a daily life. Like I don't ever go around and look at people and just be after anybody.
Right.
You know, so it's like a normal thing for me too. And you too. You're not like a thirsty,
I don't be sweating people.
Yeah, you don't be sweating people. So I think that was the same thing. Like, okay, hey, hi.
Like that whole shooting a shot. I don't shoot
it don't always have to be like that when you meet someone. I mean, I could, you know, I wasn't thinking about that then because I was, you know, trying to get rid of one person and I was, you know, trying to separate from that one person I was with.
Yeah.
And I, you know, and I didn't want to do nobody. I didn't want no man, period.
Yeah.
So I definitely wasn't looking until I looked.
Ooh, that's a bar. I definitely wasn't looking until I looked.
I seen.
You said, yo, they really say that, like, in order to find your partner, you have to stop looking.
Right. I don't ever look. Actually, I don't think I live my life looking for
Right.
things. It just happens. It comes to with women. It's usually like that anyway. Well, most women, men usually comes to us and talk and do all that stuff. And then, but you didn't do that, and I like that. I like that you didn't do any of that shit. Like
And
you
my
didn't.
approach was on some,
Ah, I love
do you
that.
want to join my community?
Right, I loved it because I didn't want nobody to talk to me, to try to be with me. Like, sometimes you get tired of that. You get tired of men always wanting to be more than just chill.
Mm-hmm.
Let's chill, let's relax, let's do like some wholesome stuff together.
Niggas
And
don't want to be
then
wholesome.
if it develops
Niggas be
into
wanting
something
to
else, then
fuck.
so be it. But all that trying to,
Yeah, y'all got to stop leading with your dick.
it's too much.
And
It
women lead
turns
with their
women
pussies
off.
too.
A lot of women do that. Yeah,
They lead
they
with
talk about what they can do, what they
men
got.
and women be
Yeah,
checking for the person that they want to have
that's
sex
why it
with. And
don't
that's why the
work.
shit be doomed
Yes,
before you can even try, because you're doing it backwards. You're
yes.
supposed to get
And
the
we've all been
friendship
at fault
first,
of doing that now,
then, because
We've all been at fault of doing that. You just gotta live and grow, like live and learn, grow from it, and then change the way you go about doing certain things. Because you're gonna keep complaining about the same result over and over and over again, and people don't like to admit their faults, and that's the main problem. It's like, come on.
and I really wanted to do it different this time around in my life. I'm
No.
like, I'm not gonna take the same approach with
Right.
women and all this dating shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why this is the best relationship I've experienced,
Me
because it
too.
truly was some pure shit. It was no
Yeah.
intent to be with you.
Nope.
And now this is the best I've ever felt
Right. Can
with
you
anybody.
imagine? We're still in awe of it. Like every now and then we always like, yo, can you imagine with each other's space right now? Can you imagine we kissing right now?
Like,
Can you?
I didn't think that at
You
all.
know, like it's so weird because we didn't look at each other like that at all. It's crazy, like at all.
Nah.
Never thought of it. Never fantasized. Like never. Oh, hey. Look.
So then that leads us into the perfect segue into how did it shift?
Yes.
Because I know a lot of people be wanting to know, like when they see people are in really healthy relationships, like
how that happened.
Like, how did that happen? Like, how did you meet your best friend, or how did it? So just speaking
progress?
on our experience, and I'm glad I now have an experience that I can talk about to people instead of just giving people relationship advice without no real life proof of me living it.
Yeah.
Like I can talk about it now that I know what it's like to be with my best friend. Like that's what the fuck it is. Yeah. So I remember one time we did a get your ass up meetup, and I dropped you back home, and before you got out the car, we both agreed, like, no, I can rock with you. Like, I got to keep you around. You a dope friend. It was just friend.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
we were like, we always gonna be each other's lives.
Because this was after like a few times we linked up, and it was just me and you.
Yeah,
because nobody was showing
really
up.
Showing up, yep. And we were like, man, we're gonna do this regardless. And we were like, we always gonna be friends, yeah. Like we locked in type shit.
Yeah, like
so.
And that's just after a few times meeting you in person and just getting to know you. And I'm like,
we talked a lot. We had a lot of great
to be around you, and you're supportive, and you need people like that in your life. And we ain't talking romance. We just talking. You need solid people.
Right.
So that was always the priority for me.
Yeah.
And I found a good person.
Yes, to do that.
I knew you were a good person. You were solid, and you were into what I was into, which is community and getting outside, doing wholesome shit. I fucked with it. So I think that's what eventually started to make my feelings grow for you, is because I started to like just you. Yeah, like it didn't have nothing to do with how you was looking,
right? Or any lustful thoughts,
and it wasn't no flirtation.
Nope,
like when we were not flirting with each other.
Never.
That's another good point. I didn't even think about that. We never flirted.
Nope.
You know how you meet somebody and you like, in your mind you like them, so you like really be hitting on them, and there was none of that.
You never did. I'm telling you, and that's what I like the most, because you never did. Like that, there was something in that turned me on, because I'm so used to men doing that. You didn't do it at all.
Men need to hear that.
Yes.
Men need to hear. Y'all gotta stop sweating women so damn much.
Like we don't all like that. Some women do love that, but we don't all like that, especially when you're used to it all the time. At some point, when you meet a man that don't do it, it's so refreshing. It's like, I can let my guard down. I don't have to say no. I don't have to like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't like, because a lot of times, sometimes I feel like women, we say yes by default almost.
Yeah, it's like a
You
dude
know?
bullying you into saying yes because it's
Yes.
like, well, he liked me so much, so
So I guess I gotta like
I guess,
him.
because that's female nature is to
Yeah.
follow a man's lead.
Yeah.
It's female nature to submit, as they say.
Yeah.
That's the
Even
female
though they don't
nature.
like to hear that, but it is very,
That's
very
naturally what
submissive.
happens.
Because
A
women like it.
woman
Because
will
women like
submit to a
attention. Yeah.
man's intention.
Especially when women love attention. When they love
Yeah.
attention and the guy is really giving it to them, it's like, shit, I might as well say yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. Like,
No.
women, it's like it strokes a certain part of y'all ego when a man
Mhm.
is like so forward about wanting to be with you, even if it's a dude you don't really like.
Yeah.
So that's what puts y'all in a position where you eventually have to just submit to a dude, even if you don't really fuck with him. Even if that's not a dude that you really genuinely want to be with,
Right.
because he tried so hard. It's like, well, damn, he's the best option in front of me right now. So, I mean, I'm not really passionate about saying no, because I mean, at least he's trying, and you might not even hate the dude. He might have qualities that you like,
Right.
but you don't want him. But
It
you still end up
happens.
with the motherfucker, and that's, you don't want to
Yeah.
be in that position.
No.
So I'm
It's
glad,
the
like,
worst thing.
because we moved the way we moved, it wasn't that type of situation.
Yeah. Because like I said, you're not a thirsty dude, and I'm not an attention-seeking ass woman. Like I don't need it. Like it's enough. That's why when I see women like seeking a lot of attention, I'm like, you ain't tired? Like,
Yeah.
didn't you get that all your life already? You know, like it's tiring. So to me, that's where I was. I'm tired of it. That's why when I wanted to separate from that situation I had, I was like, I'm good. I don't want nobody. Please don't talk to me. You know what I mean? Like any day I was waiting for you to, I'm like, oh man, one day it's gonna happen. But it never happened. And I
Yeah.
was like, and that's when I really started liking you. That was my thing. And seeing how you move through the community, I was like, he's just a great guy all around. Like he's just good to everybody, like equally. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like you didn't favor, like you didn't act a certain way with me compared to another person, Like it was just, it's just the way you were. And I was like, okay, perfect. He's cool. Now I see how he is, and I can rock with him. I could be friends with him. We can be like real friends. It ain't like we doing stuff on the side. There's nothing going on. It was like wholesome.
Yeah.
We taking walks together. And that's helping me because, at that time I was dealing with my health, physical issues or whatever. And I
And
needed
look,
to get access.
you said a key word, wholesome.
Yeah.
That's the thing that a lot of people underestimate, or they look over the fact that it's important for you to have a wholesome relationship with the person you end up with.
Right.
Because
Not sexual.
the wholesome relationship is what's going to be the foundation of the bond.
Yes.
There's only a certain part of a relationship where it's sexual. That's an element of the bond,
Right.
but it got to be wholesome first, because that's majority of life. You got to be on wholesome shit. You just doing
really
regular
get
life
to know
shit.
each other. Right.
You talking to a person about life, you going places with them, everything ain't sexual.
Right.
So when you lead with the sexual energy, you're leaving out the most important part of it. You're doing it backwards.
Yes.
Like you fucking first, then trying to make a friend. No.
But it's already there.
It ain't no friendship.
Yeah.
It ain't built on nothing.
That's true.
So I like that we both started liking each other more based on who we were. Like the more I learned about you and the more I was around you and the more you learned about me and was around me and observed me, we started to just like each other's personalities and each other's spirit.
Yeah.
I liked your spirit. And then that just made me look at you different over time. So then it got to the point where once I identified I was liking you, and then going back to the situationship you were in, I started to feel uncomfortable because then, like I said in the last video, I started feeling like I had to sneak. And I ain't no sneaky link. I ain't no sneaky link. I told you in text message, I'm starting to feel like the side nigga.
But hold on, before that, we gotta explain to people how we spoke to each other and let each other know we liked each other more than that platonic friendship we had before it got to feeling like the side nigga.
Yeah.
So, because I remember the little things that would happen here and there. So I know, we would meet up for the walks. Yep. I know at some point I would be trying to park too, and you would play basketball. Remember that? And I know, I think it was one day that's when I first noticed something. No, First, it was like I think at the park. We went to like Hunwoods, I think.
Oh yeah.
And I remember,
You talking about when I was helping you up and down the
yes,
rocks
and
and
I was like,
shit?
oh my
Yeah, it would be
god. I
like,
was like, he touched my
and
back.
then that's just me
I know,
being.
being a.
That's me being
That was the man that
a
she was.
man,
Yeah,
like a
protector. Yeah,
man,
and
and
I
you're in
knew
the
that.
presence of a
Yeah,
woman,
I didn't think he liked me then. I
and we
just.
walking through like rough terrain where you got like a
Mm-hmm.
rock here and you got to take a step. That's me.
Yeah, and
Like
you got to
I
step
might
up
put
because
my
we had to
arm
step up.
here and like, okay, you can hold
Hold
my arm so
me.
you
Yep.
don't fall.
I
And
liked all
again,
of
I
that.
like you bringing that up
Yeah.
because that's just a man showing care.
Yeah, to a woman.
Everything
Yep.
everything that has to do with a man and a woman ain't gotta be because he
He likes
liked the
her,
girl or he
right? Or he
hitting on
want
the
her,
girl
right?
or he trying to flirt or he trying to
Yep.
get close. No, it's just
You would
like
have done that for any
I'm looking out
woman.
for my friend.
Yep, exactly.
My friend is a female and she's walking through this rough terrain and I want to make sure she good.
Yeah. And I
So you're
love that
right.
when you
That
did
was like
that.
some of the early.
Because that to me, it was like, oh, okay, I didn't know you were that like that. So it's something I discovered about you then. And I was like, okay, look at him being like a man, being protective.
And that's
And
intimacy.
it is intimacy. Yeah.
That's intimate moments.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even on my mind that, oh, I'm trying to hit on you
No.
but those are the things that happen over time that did make me start to like you more.
Yeah.
Because we are spending time together.
Yeah.
And I'm enjoying the intimate time. Even though I ain't trying to fuck, I ain't trying to do none of that shit.
But it's a good time. It was like I was always looking forward to our walks. That again, that people were coming or not, it was still enjoyable regardless. So yeah, so that was the first time
I don't know if that was the first thing. Maybe it was.
That I noticed about you. That like made me.
That was probably the first physical thing.
Yeah, physical.
Where like I would maybe have my hand on your waist, trying to like.
I think that was the physical thing because I was like, yeah, cause I remember feeling like that's what I'm talking about. Me like how I felt when you did that, and I was like, oh, and I was like, well, that's so nice of him to do this, you know. And well, that still had those thoughts in my mind, like in the back of my head, and I was like, no, I just whatever, you know.
Yeah.
And then I remember meeting you to the basketball court one time with the girls. I brought my girls with me, and they were playing around. And I sat on the bench waiting. I think I like a table like this.
And I sat real
and
close.
You sat, and I was like, "Why is he so?" Like in my head, you were like, we were like
we was thigh to thigh.
Yeah, thigh to thigh.
Was I touching your thigh?
No, hell no. We never touched you.
Okay.
No, we were
not like touching your thigh with my hand, but like was my leg touching your leg?
Yeah, your leg was touching my leg. Yes, your leg was definitely touching my leg.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking to myself, like, why is he so close to me?
And I'm trying to think, like, in that moment, it still was just like.
Yeah, it was nothing.
It was like. I liked you, but I hadn't expressed it through words yet. But you can read body language and let a person know, like, I like your company.
Yeah.
So that's really what it is. Like, I like being around you.
Yeah. That's what I
and it's like, I'm going to sit like, right next to you.
Yeah. And that's how I felt at that moment,
that's it,
too.
like,
I was like, I like him. He's cool. Okay. And I was like, maybe he likes me too. I don't know. You know, and I was like, I couldn't read that.
And I didn't have no overwhelming feeling in that moment. I didn't have an overwhelming feeling of, damn, I really like this woman.
Yeah.
But again, it's like the signs will show in just behavior that you're getting closer to a person. We were getting closer.
Yeah.
Literally getting closer.
Yes.
Because I sat close. That's intimacy.
Yeah.
So it'd be like little things like that.
And even then, I remember homeboy.
Then
was
I remember
mad.
one of the main memories in my mind, where I kind of felt like you liked me, is like we was riding in the car, and I forget exactly what we was talking about, but we were talking about attraction.
Oh yeah, I think I remember that.
And we was probably talking about friendships and like attraction, and then you had said something about. You said something about attraction and not being attracted, but then you was like, but I'm not saying that. You said you gave me a compliment without actually saying a compliment. Women are good at this shit.
Yes.
Like y'all will say something without actually saying it, but I caught what you were saying. You was basically wanting me to know like that you found me attractive.
What did I say?
You know what I'm saying? But you said it in a cool, slick ass way, where you was like, but you're not ugly. You are attractive. Something like that.
Yeah.
And when you threw that out, that was probably the first time I ever heard you say something that would make me
remotely
think,
close.
oh, okay.
Really?
So she is attractive.
I don't even remember. I'm sure I said something. Maybe I felt like I couldn't hold it no more. I don't know.
And it slipped out.
Because I do remember having a dream about you. Nothing really happened, I don't think, but I remember having a dream and being like, what the hell? Like, I woke up like, why am I dreaming about this guy? Like, why? And again, that's still when I was with the person I was
Yep.
with. And I felt so strange, I
That
remember.
shit
And I
made
felt
you
so
feel
weird.
very weird.
Yes. I was like, oh no, Allison. I was like, what the hell is going on? So I remember that. So all those things, so all those things definitely, oh God. So yeah, all those things made me like over time realize that okay, maybe I'm like gradually feeling some type of way
And
about
then did
him.
you start kind of questioning, like, wait a minute, am I liking this man?
Yes.
Like,
But I refused it. Like I didn't want it because I was like, Allison, you about to get out of this relationship. You don't want to be with
and you said
nobody.
you really just wanted to be by yourself.
Yes, I want to be by myself. I was like, I don't know.
And you wasn't hanging out with me with the intention of liking me. So
No,
that would
exactly.
make
So
sense
when
to
it
be like, wait a minute.
right, so when it creeped up on me that I felt some type of way about you, and I would like watch your videos,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like the music videos you would have, like that you would post online. I was like, okay, you know, I would watch you talk when you have like your little lives or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, okay, I like him a lot. But in my mind, I was like, okay, but that's my friend. Like, I just really like this guy, and I want to keep him in
And
my
we
life.
really
You
was
know?
just focusing on building that friendship.
Yes.
It was really genuine. But then that's the thing where you can't deny what you're genuinely feeling. You might
Yeah.
have it in your mind that I just want this to be a friend. But when you start spending time around a person and you start to develop deeper feelings, you would be a fool not to honor that. You
Yeah.
can't, you have to honor the truth of whatever bond is. And that's what a lot of people are afraid to do because they're waiting on a perfect moment when they're ready to open
Yeah.
themselves up to a person. When neither one of us was ready,
No.
neither one of us was searching. So if we would have been stubborn and not honored what was really happening,
Yeah.
we would have like sabotaged a very dope relationship.
Yeah, because that's me. I would have most likely did that. So if you would have never confirmed that yes, we like it was, you know, like a mutual thing, I would have never.
So then really, I'm the first person that really expressed clearly,
Yeah,
like
clear, like
I'm
directly.
starting to really like you. And I said it to you, like I think you was in the
remember.
car with me one time
Yeah.
after one of the Get Your Ass Up meetups. I had to just let you know. This is after you had already kind of slid that comment maybe the week
Yes.
before or the few weeks before.
Yeah.
I just felt the need because I'm always very open with my feelings,
Listen, babe, I thought I was gonna be an
very
old maid. Okay.
vulnerable.
That was my goal for the rest of my. I was like, I'm gonna just be alone. I'm gonna do what I want to do, but you know, the feelings were we were really getting close.
So I was like, I'm gonna straight up let you know, I'm starting to like you. And then this is when I started to get frustrated because there was always your situationship was always a part of our meetups because I knew he was trying to figure out where you was at, who you was
he
with,
kept calling.
and
He
then
was so jealous.
when he would know you with me, it was a problem.
Oh, you also did? Yeah, he would call. He would question.
Man, I
It
fucking
was a
hated
lot.
that shit.
And then sometimes
And
I had
then
to leave.
the thing that made it even more annoying is that I knew him. And I already seen him with you, already dapped him up, we cool. So now I'm like, I could see if I ain't know the nigga. If it was just somebody you was with and I didn't know him, and I'm like, I'm having to deal with that energy, okay, I would more so understand that. But then the fact that like this somebody that we could have contact, you could talk to me if it was really an issue. And like we never talked about it, me and him. So it was just this weird ass dynamic of me hanging out with you and he hitting you up, and then I'm feeling like I gotta sneak. I ain't no sneaky ass dude.
Yeah, because
I'm not no coward. I can talk to another man.
Right.
I don't give a fuck. And I've done that before in the past. In a situation like that, I've reached out to the dude.
Yeah.
But I just never felt the need to do that with
especially
your
in the
situation because
beginning,
he already know me.
Yeah, he knew you. And then when you started being jealous like that, that's when we were not even like it was nothing.
Yeah, that was like.
And that's when I was like, damn, like there's nothing going on.
Mm-hmm.
But then there was. well, nothing going on, but you know, when we actually had feelings. But even then, it was like, but end because I don't even like you need to leave. Like I'm waiting on you to move out.
So that's where it got to that point for me.
Oh
Because
yeah, I
once my
remember
feelings are like,
when you told
when my
me.
feelings are involved in something, I'm a very, I guess, extreme person.
Yeah,
Like I go very hard wherever I'm at. I don't like to half-ass with nothing.
yeah.
So once I start to feel like I'm like halfway in, halfway out, or I have to suppress my emotions, or
Mm.
I have to watch my moves because of how somebody else feel. That shit was starting to really fucking piss me off. So
Right.
that was the moment where I just had to express to you I like you, and that's when we got into that phase of the relationship or friendship. This is before it was a
Yeah, it
relationship.
was friendship. Yeah.
This was the phase of our connection where something in your life had to change, and that situationship is what had to change. And even if I didn't like you, it would have had to change, I think, because he was jealous before we even started liking
Oh
each
yeah,
other.
I mean it was in the process of changing anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but then yeah, most definitely I remember because I was still waiting. Like he had, like I said, I had been telling him the year before I met you that he
Mm-hmm.
had to go. And then when I met you and I started going to the walks, he got even more jealous. And I kept having to remind him, like, hey, sir, we're not together. You know that, right? Like, I don't know how many times I got, like, we really not. We're still here because for some reason you haven't found a place and I'm giving you time because I do care about you as a friend. And I just don't, you know, we should be together. Like we should, like I don't love you. I don't want to be in a relationship with you. I want to be alone. So you need to go. So like I had to keep repeating myself to him when he was being jealous, and I was like,
Mm-hmm.
"You being jealous for what? Why are you being so jealous?"
Like a man should never be in a relationship
Yeah, like he
with a
literally told me
woman
he
where
wanted
you
me to
have to feel
stop.
jealous.
Right, and then you telling me you want me to stop. Like you don't like when I go. Like you, yeah, but you walking with him. Women don't do that. If
See,
you,
men,
and I'm like, what?
men should never try to check how a woman is moving. Men gotta be rooted in their own moves. So if you don't like how a woman is moving, you as a man need to bust a move and get away. That's how you stand on your
That's what I kept.
manhood.
I
You don't
literally
stand on
said
your
that.
manhood by telling a woman what she can and can't do. That's not what makes you a man. That's actually some weak ass shit. And it's a lot of men do that. So this ain't even just personally toward him. This
Yeah, I
is
know.
toward any
In
man, because a
general,
lot of
right?
men do this shit.
Yeah.
They get into these relationships with women and think that controlling her or telling her
What you're not gonna
what
do.
you like or what you don't like about how she moving, and you thinking that's what puts you in a position as a man. No, you're actually in a very weak position as a man, and you have to respect yourself more than that. You got
Yeah.
to respect yourself, and that's the most annoying part for me as a man, is when I'm dealing with a woman and I know that there's a man in her life that's not moving in a strong way, and then it just feel like he's clogging up space
Yeah.
because you don't want to be with him, and I'm getting tired of hearing about him.
Yeah.
So it really started to piss me off. So then it got to the point
I
where
remember
I
that
had to
day.
straight up tell you,
We're not gonna see each other. I remember you
because we
sent me
was in
that
a
text.
weekly routine of
Yeah.
like meeting up for the
Yeah.
park meetups, and I'm like,
And then it was after you know we talked about how we liked each other and
mm-hmm,
how we want to see how you know how that would look like, and then I was being very hesitant too because of the situation I had.
yep,
And I felt very conflicted. And you were
and
like, yeah, but y'all not. I was like, yeah, you're right. I was like, but because he still lives there, it made me feel so
you
uneasy.
was feeling
And
guilt.
because he was so jealous, it
Yeah.
made me feel guilty because of the jealousy.
So it's like
It's
that's the
like,
shit that was real. Oh
yeah,
my
the
god, it was
jealousy
like
made me
damn.
feel guilty. Because if it was cool, he was like, okay, we're going together, man, yeah, do you and I'll leave. It would have been fine. But because he was so adamant and still acting like we were together or in a relationship and or we were working things out, I had to keep repeating to him, like, I don't understand why you being like this. And then seeing you, like, it was a lot. And he kept calling. He would have my daughter call me and check on me too.
Mm-hmm.
It was too much.
So the fact that I knew you still had emotions there,
Yeah.
even if it wasn't love emotions, it
Yeah.
was a care. You
Yeah, it
cared
was.
about
I cared about
how
how
he
you
was
felt.
being
Yeah.
affected. So I'm like, once I peeped that, because I didn't give a fuck.
I know you did.
He ain't my fucking best bud.
Right, you
Like
had
we
no.
know of each other from the
Right, right,
past.
right. You
That's
didn't
it.
hang out with him.
That
Yeah, that
wasn't
wasn't
my
your
bro.
friend. Right, that
That
wasn't
wasn't
your
my
bro.
boy.
Yeah,
So I didn't have no emotions invested in it. But and knowing that y'all wasn't in a solid relationship, that's the only reason why we kind of had that time period where we was trying to figure out why you was living with him, because I didn't look at it as a relationship. Had that been somebody you was really with for real, it couldn't have been that.
Right.
So, and this is the shit that a lot of people get into, where you talking to somebody and you having like an affair with somebody that's in a relationship, and people be cool with that. I'm not cool with that.
Yeah, I'm
not. It was cool with like, okay, we like each other. I know you with somebody, but you're not really with them.
Yeah,
I don't give a damn what the damn title of it is. Like, you living with a dude and he has a say, or he has like a feeling about how you moving, and he can express that to you.
Yeah.
It's like, and ain't no man trying to hear that shit unless you just a shiesty ass nigga and you just want to deal with a woman, and I just get what I can get.
So that's the thing for me. So most men would have been like, so
shit, I don't care.
Right, shit, just tell him this, just lie and say that instead, and come see me and let's do this. And you literally, I remember I woke up. No, was it? I'm trying to think. It was in the morning or at night when you text me, and you sent me that message. It was a bit more to it, but the main focus of it was, hey, we're not gonna see each other no more.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at the text like, whoa, wait, what? And I was like, hold on, so you're saying we can't take our walks anymore?
Nope. I don't give a damn what it was.
And I remember texting you like, we're not gonna even meet to like walk.
Nope.
Like, fuck the meetups at like the ice cream place and things like that, but we can't even walk together. Like, I need this,
Nope.
I was so 20s like, nope. You were like, we're not gonna walk together. We ain't gonna do no meetups nowhere else. We just not gonna see each other. I think he was like, yeah, we can talk like on the phone or whatever online.
Yeah, like I was.
But seeing each other face to face, not happening. I never had a man say no to me in that way. I'm not gonna see you. I'm not gonna talk to you. I mean, I'm gonna talk to you, but I'm not gonna see you. I'm not spending time with you though, for any reason. I don't care how wholesome and platonic the meetup is. We're not doing it.
Ain't happening.
I was like, what? And it actually not only, well, first I was disappointed. I was mad. So this is when, in that situation I had, I felt so annoyed with him not leaving.
Yep.
Because now you're messing up my livelihood. You're messing up what I got going on. You're messing the progression of something that could be so real for me.
Yep.
Like I met somebody so amazing, because I knew then how great you were in my life.
Yep.
And he was literally to me like an obstacle, like a blockage.
He was in the way.
Yeah, he was in the way. And that really pissed me off.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that turned me on when you said that. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was like, I ain't never had a man say no.
That's real man shit.
It was very manly to say that.
Yeah. That's
the problem. Stood on it, and I was like, oh,
That's the problem. Men don't be standing on shit. And they just take what they can get from a woman. I'm not take what I can get, because I could have just kept seeing you every week, but I wanted more. I didn't want a dude in your life that's living with
interfering
you, constantly being part of the conversation, part of like when I would see you and like the time, because y'all were still tied together. Y'all lives were still tied. I would go pick him up from work because I was driving his. Because when my car broke down, I was driving his car, so I would have to go pick him up. So he's like, "Oh, I gotta go. I gotta leave. I gotta go." It's like I gotta hurry up. And then I would have to deal with the jealousy all the time. So, you was bringing him like, yeah, we're taking our walk. Like, oh, y'all was walking for like 2. I'm like, yes. Like, oh my gosh. Like, it was always. Then I remember you told me one time he felt some type of way because I was like picking you up. Oh yeah, so because when I would use the car, you would come there. And I'm like, he's outside in the he was like, man, don't coming in the fucking house. Yeah, I remember he was like, oh, that's so disrespectful for a man to come in a house. And I was like, who came in the house? Nobody came here. Never came. He's outside in the parking lot picking me up so we can go do our walk for the week. What are you saying? And the fact that it was so annoying, because this let me see how delusional a lot of people are in these situationships that they're in. Because they really feel like what they're saying is justified. Oh yeah, he was like, he kept telling me it's a principle. Like he really thought y'all was in a full-blown relationship. Yes, like just because y'all living together. Even though you was telling him to go. That's that weird. You really wasn't in it. Nope. But he just didn't want to hear it. Nope. And this is the case for a lot of motherfuckers. Because to him, he was stuck on, you said you want to be alone.
You say you want to be by yourself. I'm like, yeah, but I'm walking with someone. What does that equal to me going on walks with someone
Yeah.
with me wanting to be with someone? I guess because he felt like, oh, it's gonna happen. She's gonna like him, and so be it if it happens.
So
But the
then,
point is, me and you, we're not nothing. So that's what you gotta think of. We're not anything.
yeah.
So why? So why, be stuck on that if you know we're not gonna be together? Like, why are you
Mm.
so stuck on the principle in quotations? Like he kept saying, like, what principle? Or maybe we're not raised on the same principle. Like, what? Well, like, what are you talking about?
And that be that should be so ironic when
Trying to make you feel
when
bad.
men talk about getting respect from a woman, and he talking about principles, but where's the respect for yourself? It be men be
None.
disrespecting themselves.
None
I've been
whatsoever.
that man where I'm disrespecting myself by being with this particular woman, and it's not that that woman's bad.
Yeah.
It's just that woman ain't for me, and
Right.
she's clearly showing me
Exactly.
she ain't for me. But I'm
Yeah.
disrespecting myself by arguing with her, telling her what she this and that. No,
Yeah.
it's not her. It's you. It's the man.
Yeah, like why
Move
stay in
around,
it?
dude.
Yeah. And I said those literally. I literally said that. I was like, hey, because when he kept saying, it don't matter what I say to you, you still, it's like you don't care, like the disrespect, you just keep doing. I'm like, yes, because I'm gonna keep doing it. But why are you still here?
Right.
And I said that to
The
him. I
moment
was
you
like,
said you was gonna keep meeting up with
yes, I was
me,
like,
even
I'm
though
gonna
he didn't
keep.
like it, at that point as a man, putting your foot down isn't continuing to tell a woman what she need to be doing or how it's making you feel or how her principles
Because
ain't
we
right.
ain't together. And that's the thing
The
I was
man
trying to
thing to
make
do
him
is like,
understand.
oh, this what's going on. I'm out.
Right.
Let
And
me
that's what
go.
I
Let me
and
go
that's
somewhere where I'm appreciated as a man,
and in so
because it
many
ain't here.
ways, like it's so many ways for me because I had been so direct with him having to leave, having these conversations about how I don't want to be with you, you need to go, we better as friends. Over a year of talking about the same thing, and me being so what you call it, so understanding of him not being able to just like move quickly and find a place, giving more time, or him trying to make efforts to see if he makes efforts, he can stay longer maybe. And
Yeah.
eventually I just got tired of talking, so I did come to a point when I was like, I stopped talking about it. And I'm like, fuck it, because I don't understand. Like I keep saying it, he's not getting it, he's still here. So I got, because I'm not a nagging type of person, and I felt like I was like such a nagging bitch.
So because you were being so nice to him,
It's like I was getting bullied
you were
into.
being kind to him. You wasn't kicking
Right.
him out.
No, I
So he
wasn't like
got
turning up
comfortable
on
in the
him.
situation.
Yeah, and he thought that, but I kept reminding him all the time. That's why when he was like, "Oh, you still doing it? Even like you don't even care what I said." I'm like, "No, I don't. Hello,
Like,
why
when
should
is
I
it gonna
care?"
click?
So that's when I was like, "Why don't you leave then? If you can't stand it and you're so jealous." So I'm not jealous. Oh yeah, he would always say, "I'm like, well, okay, whatever you call it,
I can't stand
it
that.
makes you
I
uncomfortable."
can't
Then
stand a man that can't admit they jealous.
I'm like, "It's jealous." I'm like,
I've
"What else
admitted when
is
I'm
it?"
jealous.
Right. It's like, what else is it? It's a human emotion. Cool. You jealous, whatever. I'm like,
The most manly thing you can do is to be honest.
right. Just
That's
be
all a
true.
man gotta be, is
No,
honest
he
with
couldn't be
himself and
real.
honest with the people around.
That's why we can be together, because
So
I
it
know
ain't
he
nothing
wasn't real.
unmanly about being jealous. If you can
No.
stand on it and say you jealous, that's the more manly thing to express. Now then, what are you gonna do with that as a
Yeah.
man? Now that you can express and admit that you're jealous and you don't like what's going on, now what you're gonna do? You're gonna stay in it? Because
Right.
that's what emasculates you. It's not
Yes.
the woman that's emasculating you. We're doing it to ourselves
Yeah.
by staying in
Excuse me.
situations with women where we aren't respected, we aren't heard, we aren't loved. All the shit that men be wanting from a woman,
Yeah.
stop trying to get it from the woman that you want. She don't
Especially if
want
she don't
you.
want you and she's saying it
She
to
don't
you.
fucking want you. Like,
And that's the thing. At some point when I told some of my friends about it or the situation, and I got some opinions that were so weird to me, like it was wrong for me to explore that with you while I still had somebody. I'm like, yeah, but he knows he gotta
and
go.
look, and this the thing. This the thing. So, yes, at a certain point, it did become
Yeah, it did.
you're living with a guy and now you like another guy.
Mm-hmm.
And now
It
it
turned
got
into
to that
that.
point
It
where
did.
now you got to go because it's something going on here that's valuable and
Yep.
you're in the way now.
Yeah.
But
So
initially it wasn't that.
no, it was just me
We was
wanting, like it
just
was always that.
outside connecting with people. And you ever heard people say, when you're in a relationship with a man, you ain't supposed to have no male friends. You
Oh
ain't supposed
yeah,
to have
people
no
say that all
friends.
day, every day. I don't believe in that shit
That's
at all.
bullshit. And
I
the only
don't.
reason this happened is because you weren't in a solid relationship.
Yep.
Now, if you was in a solid relationship with a man,
It would have been a different
it would have been a
conversation,
whole
though.
different flow, because our interaction, let's say you was wanting to be friends with me, but you with a man that's secure. The same thing would have happened. I would have met him in
Yeah.
person. It would have been a different
It would
bond,
have
though.
been
It
all
would have been
cool,
respect,
exactly.
and it would have been
Because I
dope.
would have still did what I wanted to do regardless.
And y'all would have had a better bond.
Yes.
And it probably would have been a situation where you and him would have been coming out.
That's the point. That was the whole point.
Because it ain't
of
no
it.
fucking
Yeah,
jealousy
that would have
going
been
on.
that. But it wasn't that. And then at some point, I didn't even want it to be that, because I needed him to just be all the way out of my life.
Yeah.
But
and
when
it could have never been that.
No, because even then, even when he was being just, I said, come on with me. Even in the beginning of it, I was like, come.
And I hate that.
Come.
That's another thing we got in common about relationships is we don't like to feel controlled. We don't like to feel hindered.
Restricted.
Just because you in a relationship with a person, oh, your whole life got to revolve around them. You can't hang out with nobody else. You can't do nothing without them. I hate that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, relationships are too fucking possessive.
Right.
It's just like you just clogging each other's lives up. And it's people that don't need to be together. You're not even bringing the best out of each other. And y'all got that type of fucking.
You could do whatever you want.
And y'all got that type of possession over somebody that you ain't even making happy.
Right.
He got that type of controlling nature over you when you didn't even want him.
Nope.
Like, why would you try to control and possess a person that don't want to be fucking possessed
at all?
It's insane.
And that was the shit that was like just killing me inside. It was like so depressing.
And that's why I had to fucking put my foot down, as they like to say. A man got to put his foot down. That's how a man puts his foot down. Is you just say no. You just say what you're not gonna tolerate.
And it's like every time I would step out, I felt so good. So every time I would go back home, it was that dark shit again.
Yeah. And then
I would get the silent treatment.
And then that's when that shit started to fall on me. That dark cloud in your life.
Yeah, I would talk about it. I would tell you like, oh yeah, this happened when I got home yesterday.
I ain't have no time for that dark cloud ass energy.
Yeah.
So I straight up told you,
no,
we ain't gonna meet up no more until you figure that out. You know what you got to do, because you've been saying you've been trying to get them out. So it ain't like we said in the last video. This ain't something that happened just because you met me.
No.
This was a ongoing thing where you knew you wasn't supposed to have this dude in your life like that. You tried it because you was trying to do something different. You was trying to be with a friend, and I respect that. You wanted to. You were trying to move outside of what you usually do, and that's the only way you can find out. Yeah. And you found out it just wasn't. It wasn't the right situation.
He wasn't the person I thought he was. The friend that I had then was definitely not that in a relationship or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was just done. It was done as soon as it started. Shit, it was done before it started.
Yeah, I was I was like the catalyst to get it going. Like,
but of course to him, because because in his mind, she never wanted me to leave a year ago. Because I don't know why that's not in your brain. It was more like, oh, now you really want me to leave because you met this guy. Like, no, sir. I've been telling you I want you to go. Like, that's the shit that was pissing me off.
And even if that was the thing at that time, yes, it was. I was the driving force.
Oh yeah, I definitely was. Like, you need to go.
And so what? So, because there wasn't no love there before I got there either.
None, exactly.
Ain't like y'all was in like some amazing relationship and then I came in and ruined it. It wasn't like that.
It was nothing going.
That's why I'm saying, like, this brings the point to, you know how they be calling people home wreckers.
Oh my God, yeah.
Can't nobody can wreck a home that's solid.
Yeah.
So this lets you know how fucked up people's relationships be. They don't really be in nothing solid. If some outside energy can come in and break it up,
right,
then what the fuck kind of bond y'all had? Because can't nobody break me and you up.
No, hell no.
Who the fuck gonna come in and interfere in what we got going on? This shit is too healthy. It's adding too much value.
And we have the same mutual feelings towards each other.
We respect each other. We love each other.
Yes. We say it all the time.
You look so fucking good. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, if you can't feel that way mutually, then don't be with it. Exactly. It ain't supposed to be no, I like you a lot and I'm trying to get you to be with me. And then the other person's like, okay, I'll try. No. Ain't no there. That's
Yeah, it's
not the
like
right energy.
bullying
It
somebody
ain't
into
supposed to
loving
feel
you.
like
That's
you
how I
just
felt.
trying it out.
Like you bullying me into loving you the way you want me to love you.
Man,
That it was so sad at some point. It was sad because I was like, damn. I feel like I'm hurting you all over and over and over again. And that's why at some point I kind of felt like I wanted to stop talking. But I said that was all manipulation. All of that was manipulation from him. To like
because
act like you don't hear because you know my heart.
and you did care about him.
Yes. So I
Because you even
kept.
told me like you cried. Like
I
it was
did. I
like
cried
during the
when
time where
because
you
he
was
made me
like
feel
getting
so
him to
bad. Because he
leave,
made me feel so bad.
and that's fucked up.
He told me that it's like I shot him. Yeah, he said it's like a bullet was in his heart.
Yeah.
Tearing him apart inside. That's like what he said. You know what that makes some, especially me. I don't like to hurt people.
Right.
This is not my nature to hurt, to be sneaky, to be malicious. I'm not that person at all. That's why it took so long, and that's why I would come to him so soft. Hey, let's talk about this. Don't you think we should separate? Don't you think we better as friends? Don't you see this now? Like I would say all these things, but gradually over time, he just made it so hard to be nice.
And see, that's the thing.
You know, like it's like, and I told him
make
like
you
want,
turn
yeah,
up
and
on
I said that I was like, you want me to like go crazy? Like you want me to snap? Like you
It's
want me to
like
act
you
like a
can't-
ghetto ass chick and be like, hey, get the fuck? And he was like, yeah, actually that's what I want. And he literally said yes, and I was like,
Weird
no,
ass. That's so fucking weird.
you're not giving me a reason to act like that. But then he did because
Yeah.
he kept ignoring the shit I would say
Uh-huh.
and kept acting like we were together and kept making comments like we were together. And that's when I was like, yo, you're delusional. That's when I was like, okay, there's a problem there. Now he's acting crazy.
Yeah.
Now he's acting delusional and he's fucking like it's like almost like harassment in my own home.
Yep.
And now my kids, my girls, are witnessing these arguments. Him raising his voice, me snapping. Because at that point I'm starting to like lose my mind. Because what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like how can I say it in so many different ways? And I felt sad for him because that's somebody, like I said, I cared for. So I was like, I didn't know you were like, your mom was like, I didn't know you was like that.
It just
So it made me feel bad. It made me feel like such a bitch. Like I broke his heart. Like, you know what I mean? Like he made it that way for me. Like,
and I hate that. Like now people, the manipulative one will try to paint you to be the bad guy.
Right? So it was the same thing for me. It's him. He did it. He made it seem like I was the one like hurting him.
Yeah, because when you're the person that decides to break something, you're always gonna be the bad guy.
Right.
When really, no, that's not.
And I was
just
like,
because
but
a person stands on a
right.
decision, that don't mean they the bad guy. Because you could be the person that's creating the toxic situation, but somebody loves themselves enough to get you out the way.
Right.
Now you want to play victim like somebody that
that's
broke
what
your
he
heart.
Did. Yeah, that's that gaslighting
motherfucker,
shit.
no. Where's the accountability at?
Yep. And
because he decided to move in with you. That was his idea.
Yes, he wanted and he was ready.
That was his idea. He wanted to do that.
He said, "I moved." He was like, "I could get the truck." Like I remember when he went, I could get the truck like today. And I was like,
and that's usually what happens. It is the man. It is the man making a decision to do something. But then when we end up getting hurt in the end, no, don't try to dial it back now and be the victim. Stand on it. You made the decision. So if that woman don't want to be with you no more, then take it on the chin.
He wanted to take care of me and all. And none of that happened. Okay. So, but anyway.
Look, I think he had every intention to do what he was saying. I think he wanted. I think he wanted it to be that. He might have not followed through with it through his actions and shit, but he felt that way. That's the thing. Like men will say a whole lot of words about how they feel, but then their actions don't back up what they saying. And even if they did back it up, you're doing it with the woman that don't even want you. So you're doomed from the beginning.
Yeah, you're forcing it. Because like I said, it was within 3 months of him moving in that I told him. And we had been together for like a year and a half, I think, living together, almost 2 years. But within 3 months of him moving in is when I told him, hey, I don't think that's going to work. I remember that, within 3 months. But then it was more like, I don't think it's going to work. You just want to look at me. So, you know, it was so now you got me all, you know, flustered.
I wish they could see how you be looking at me. Oh Lord. Hey, if you with somebody and y'all don't get butterflies when y'all be looking at each other's eyes and shit, if you don't feel them body sensations, every time you get close to a person, or every time y'all lay eyes on each other,
That's silly, baby.
y'all not supposed to be together if it ain't that. And I swear it's that.
It's that all the time too, every day. You see how Amaya says, Amaya is my oldest daughter. Amaya always say we act like high school kids.
Hell yeah.
Every time she see us together, she's like, oh my God, you guys act like high school
And
kids.
I'm so glad they get to see that, because
I love that they see that.
Because they got to witness you in that situation you was in before I arrived. And it was very unhealthy. So
yes,
that's really,
they could not stand to see it. It's bad
for kids to see their mom with a dude that's not.
And that had been a while since I lived with a man. That's the thing. So I did not live with a man since 2016. They didn't see me or being around any men in the house since 2016. So there I am, 2023, when he moved in originally. And this is how the relationship is looking like the whole 2024, right? Like the entire year, it's like them knowing, you guys are not compatible. It ain't working.
So they don't
He's
get
not
to see.
doing anything really. He's not really the type of man that my mom, because they know their mom.
Yeah.
So they could tell, because they were asking me that too sometimes.
Yep.
And and then when we started doing the arguments, they would get scared because they're not used to that. They're not used, like, again, that was like the worst situation I could be in front of my kids. Especially they're older, 17 and 14, well, 17 and 18 and 14 now.
Like that's
they
having them anxious and nervous in the house because they're hearing their mom.
They started recording. That's when they started recording. Like we would argue, they would start recording behind the door and show me we recorded because I didn't know what was going on. He was raising his voice, he was raising your voice, and we were a little scared. Like they would be so uncomfortable and scared when we would get in those arguments. And I would tell them like what it was, so they knew at least what was going on. But yeah, all of that made me like, you gotta go.
That's sad.
You gotta go. And I told him that. And I remember him, oh my God, I feel so bad. Now they look at me as a monster. Dude,
and see, that's it. Words.
Right.
It's all words.
The words, I'm telling you.
It's too many men out here that they be saying shit that sound good, but your actions are showing that you really ain't shit. You doing some fucked up shit.
It's too much.
Do better. Move better. Like, you taking on the role of basically like a stepdad role when you move in around another woman's kids. You're playing that role. So if you're gonna sign up for that, you gotta understand like that's a lot to take on.
It is a lot.
So don't be taking that on unless you really know that y'all solid. And this like you and that woman gotta really love each other.
And this is when I knew that it wouldn't.
How the shot look?
It looks great.
I look framed right. Ooh, I look good, don't I?
Yes, you look framed right.
I ain't getting chopped off or nothing, huh?
I mean, your bottom. But yeah,
exactly.
I see you. I see you.
I be teaching Bay about them angles. Teaching them about that, playing that director role, directing the content. I'm glad that your daughters get to see you in a loving relationship with a man that you really love, because they really be getting a kick out of that shit.
They do.
They not used to seeing you like this.
Of course they're gonna clown us because they're teenagers.
Of course.
But they love it.
I love it.
I know you do.
I would rather a kid be like grossed out, like, oh, you know how
like,
kids
like, yeah, they always do that.
Yes, I want them to be so ill and grossed out because they need to see their mom in a loving relationship.
Yeah, behaving that.
And just because a woman is not with their baby's fathers, that don't mean she can't still provide that type of experience. It just takes a man that really loves a woman. And when a man really loves a woman, even if she got kids, it ain't gonna matter.
No,
it ain't gonna fucking matter. Because at a certain point, all them little checklists, because men be having checklists too.
Oh yeah, of course.
Like, no, she can't have kids.
She can't have 3 baby daddies. She can't have this. She
can't have that because I deserve to have a woman. Man, you deserve whatever the universe put in front of you. You either gonna honor that shit or not. And some men are put on a path where they do meet a woman with kids. And even if you didn't think you was gonna be a stepdad or an extra male figure for some kids that's not yours, you gotta honor what the reality is. And the reality is, I love you.
Yes,
I love you. So
love you too.
I have to embrace what comes
all
with
of
you.
it. Yeah.
And what's dope is as long as I'm loving you properly, it's gonna help everything in your life. Because your kids are gonna see you in a different light. And love is contagious. So if we got a loving relationship, every time I'm around, that's gonna fall. It's gonna spread onto
Yeah,
them.
it
They're not gonna
does.
pick up on negative energy because
Right,
that's gonna make them
attitude,
negative.
yeah.
It's gonna make them even more
Right,
angry.
me being having an attitude
You know what I'm
because of
saying?
whatever is going on with the person I'm with. So when everything is great, yeah, love is powerful. You're
Love
right.
is the shit.
Yes, love is powerful. It's contagious.
Yes.
And we want it to contaminate.
Yes,
everybody.
I want the love to contaminate you,
yes.
to contaminate your kids,
yes.
everything in your life.
And they're loving kids, now we know about Aaliyah, my youngest one, she's a little extra. But but over time it'll help too.
And she loves it. She be taking pictures of us.
Yeah, she do. She
love it.
She be taking pictures of us when we don't even know.
Yeah. And I love that.
What you call that again? Not like whatever pictures. I forgot what you call that when you don't know when the picture's gonna
candid.
be. Yes,
she be taking them candid shots.
Yes.
That's dope. Like I'm glad I can bring.
Yeah. She loves to see it. That's because she'll see it and she'll be like, oh, let me take a picture of them. Just like when we went to Texas Roadhouse, and she was telling us how to like pose. Come on, look at each other's eyes. Do this, do that.
I love that.
She never did that when I was with what's his name? Exactly, because she knew that wasn't the vibe. It wasn't
kids
that.
Be knowing. They be picking up on them energies.
Yeah. Exactly.
So I'm glad that it had to happen the way it happened.
Yeah.
And if motherfuckers think it was some shiesty shit, I don't give a fuck what nobody gotta say.
Yeah, because they don't know. They don't know. Yeah, it happens.
Life happens. Sometimes you in a relationship or a situationship with the wrong person. And sometimes when you with the wrong person, you might end up meeting somebody new while you're in that situation.
While
and
you're still trying to work it out.
Sometimes you might have to get out of that so you can explore the new situation or the new relationship or the friendship that's going to actually add to your life. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong.
Sometimes somebody got to be the catalyst to get the bullshit out the way.
Yeah. And that's when, so when you said, no, we're not going to see each other. Yeah. No, we're not going to be walking together. We ain't doing that.
We ain't doing
that. And I was just heartbroken.
I didn't want to have to say that, but I had to stand on it because I like
that's you. That's a man.
I fucking like you. I like you a lot.
That's when I knew. I was like, he really liked me?
Yes.
Okay. And I was like, God, that made me just love you even more. I was like, wow, I respect that. The respect.
Yes.
That's what it was first. It wasn't even like, I didn't even know if I loved you yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
I didn't know about love at all then.
But at that moment, you had to respect.
I respected, and that's number one, to respect a man. Because you were like, so.
Yes, bro. And they say men, we want respect more than love, and that's facts. Yeah. You can't be with a woman that don't respect you.
No.
There cannot be a loving relationship if a woman doesn't respect a man.
Definitely respect you, babe.
So, and I ain't never been respected like this in a relationship because I've grown a lot. I'm more of a man now than I was in all my previous relationships.
Yes.
So the fact you be telling me shit like, you ain't never felt this protected by a man. You ain't never been with a man this assertive
that takes charge. Oh my God.
I ain't never had a woman tell me that. Ever.
I mean, you grew into yourself, I got the man.
You got the best version.
Yes.
Now these other women had a great man too, because I ain't never been no fuck nigga.
Right. Just like me, you got
I
the great version.
I just wasn't loving myself.
Right.
I wasn't loving myself enough. And they were too, they had their issues and manipulative ways where they knew I was a good man. They knew I was
right.
Good.
They just wanted what they wanted.
They just wanted to fucking use me and wanted to damn run over me because they could see that.
Or for you to do everything they say.
They could see that I had that insecurity in myself and I was weak for them and I wasn't standing on my shit as a man. So
So when you did
people got to go through their shit.
Yeah, you know, like I said, you live and you learn. It's growth. It's part of growth. And yeah, when you said that, I was just like, wow, blown away. Like I said, I never had a man say that to me.
So then after I said that to you, shortly after
I was like, yeah, he gotta go for real. And that's when I was like, yo.
That's when you really had to turn up too.
I had to turn the fight, like what he wanted, right? Like you said, yeah, I need you to snap on me. And I was like, I guess, okay, so let's bring Alley Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Let's bring Alley Cat out, and let's really be like, so what's the timeline, baby? Because
baby,
ain't
none of that. Because you was trying to salvage the friendship. That you felt
and
like
that's what I kept saying. That's why when I cried, when he made me cry, I was like, but listen, you can still be cool. He didn't want none of that.
Hell
he was like, no, when I'm done. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that made me cry because I'm like, damn.
And that let you know it wasn't no friendship.
And I thought being honest, so my thing was like, damn, I've been so honest with you. Yeah. I thought being honest was a great thing. And it just turned around and was not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, I'm so honest. I'm like, because he was like, well, I'm used to it, you know, women doing flaw shit. I'm like, yeah, but that's not flaw. Because did they ever have those conversations like I'm having with you? No. Okay then. So I was like, I'm literally being honest. I've told you from the beginning
Yeah.
how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't just spring that on you out of nowhere. I didn't just like one day woke up and say, oh, you gotta go, man. That ain't working out.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do none of that. I've
Mm.
talked to you over. It's been over a year of me telling you this shit. So it was so offensive for him to say that to me, you know. But again, I was the gaslighting shit. It was the
Mm.
manipulation. They're making me feel bad. They're making me feel like the fucking monster in
Right.
all of this, and that's why it hurt me. It really hurt me that he felt that way.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had to get over that. I was like, okay. And then when I realized the manipulation, and then of course, and then you meeting you and all that, I was like, oh, you know what? It's over with. But
Yeah.
all of that happened at the same time. Him doing the shit, like the jealousy. That's when I realized I was like, why are you so jealous when I've been telling you to go? Like all those things combined was like, you really gotta go because now you're stressing me out. You're annoying me with the constant shit you're saying, the
Mm-hmm.
jealous remarks. Yeah, because every time you would do, like, hey, I don't want to hear that. At
Right.
some point, it was like, I'm so tired of hearing you complain and whine about this shit, and you're still here.
Yeah, we was just over it.
And we were,
Just
yeah, I was
over it.
over it.
It might have hurt him. Yeah, he
Yeah,
went
yeah,
through a
I'm
lot
sure
of
you
hurt,
did.
and I can relate to
And I
that
said
because I
that to
know
him
what it's
too.
like.
I was like, I'm sorry you're
I
hurting, but
know
I
what it's
gotta
like to
tell
hurt
you.
when you realize a woman don't love you.
Man.
See, I'm different from him because I walk away from women
Yeah.
when I feel that way. And men should do that. You should be strong enough as a man to walk away from a woman that you love,
He didn't want to.
knowing that it ain't good for you. You were not good for him because you didn't want him. He wasn't getting what he wanted from you. So instead of sticking around and just taking what he could get, at a certain point, as a man, you got to stand on something for yourself. You got to respect yourself. You have to walk away from situations like that. Don't wait for the woman to kick you out
Right.
or to tell you to leave. Because then at that point, did he really learn anything?
I'm sure he
Did he
didn't.
do
Who
any?
knows?
Did
Who
he
knows? I
really?
have no clue.
Because when you have the courage to walk away from a woman you love, that does something for you as a man. I cried when I left my ex in Florida. Boo hoo cried. I'm talking about weep. I weeped. That's a different level of cry. When you weep,
Okay.
that's that cry where you be making that little
Yeah.
like high pitched fucking like
Yeah.
I was weeping for that woman. But I decided that I had to remove her from the fucking
Yeah.
apartment. Man, that shit killed me. It was like people think somebody got to do something to you, and that's another part of that manipulative shit. Nobody wants to be the one to walk away so that they can hold it over the person's head. Like, well,
Yeah.
you the one broke up, you the one left.
I got that done too to me
So
by
then that
others.
means you didn't learn nothing.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna walk around life continuing to feel like you a victim.
Yeah.
And that the way you moved was okay. And it was
Pretty
just
much.
because the woman just didn't want. And then that's when men get into the, well, you know, women are usually the ones to break shit off and man, shut the fuck up, man.
Is there a reason
I'm
for that? Is
tired
the
of all this
question. Yeah, it's
weak
kind
ass
of like,
shit.
yeah, look within yourself to see why is she doing that.
It's like, man, love yourself.
Please.
Love yourself more.
And that was another thing I would say to him, like, you need to be within, like, just be by yourself. Do you. Love on you, seek whatever therapy you need, because he was depressed. We had already went through all this shit, and I was like, I know what depressed, because I've been there.
Yeah.
So I get it. But you got to stay by yourself. Like, I don't need to be with you. It's not a need. It's not a necessity. And at some point, I said, you need me more than I need you, right? Like, I would have these, like, open conversations.
And the fact you said, he said, yeah.
He said, yeah. He was like, yeah, you're right. And I was like, okay, I just want to make sure I'm correct.
So, like that's good.
On.
He could be honest.
But still,
but damn,
nothing happened after that.
It's like, if you could honestly agree with the woman that you living with, she's straight up telling you that you need her more than she needs you, and you okay with the truth of that.
Yes.
The moment I come to that realization as a man, I'm getting the fuck on.
That's sad.
That's sad.
It's sad. I literally told him, I was like, it's like I'm your comfort blanket. I said, it's like I am your comfort, and I don't need
the same men claiming to be alphas.
Oh, because he sure did claim that.
Alpha where?
Man.
That's not no alpha shit to be in.
No. I don't even subscribe to these damn terms.
Man, that shit's sad.
All that crap. Because we had a discussion about that too, and I remember I had said something about you, I think, or something, whatever discussion we had at some point, and he I don't know, something he said about he couldn't tell, like he don't see how somebody was in a relationship with you. You don't look like the type of person she would be with or whatever he said.
Oh, like me.
Yeah. And I was like, I think it was about your baby mom. I think it was. Like, yeah.
Oh, yep.
And I was like, what type of man you talking about? And that's
That-
when we were just friends.
And that,
I think that's when he started probably being jealous.
that exposes the jealousy that
Yeah.
was in him.
Because
Like,
it was already there when we were like, we had just met.
it's like a man looking at another man, like,
Or trying to talk
trying
down
to
on you
figure
to
out-
me,
trying to
so
figure
I
out-
wouldn't see you in a way.
trying to figure out what is it about this man that's attracting these type of women, like as if I'm not as manly as him. So in his delusional alpha mind, he's trying to figure out what is it about me.
Yeah.
So then
I
that's showing
remember
like
that. And I was like, wow,
that's self-hatred, to hate another man or to be feeling a way toward another man.
Yeah.
Because it's something within you got to get right.
Yeah.
And this is why men are constantly getting in these pointless beefs with each other. Niggas is literally getting killed. Men are killing other men because of these type of feelings.
Yeah, that ego.
And you think that's a manly way to move? You want to off another man. Because why?
You think he's better than you, or he think he's better than you, or he done said, or he stole your girl,
because
or the girl likes you.
Yeah, because the girl that you want or the girl that you would desire likes him. So now you want to harm him.
Right, because what you think is going to happen when you do that? That she going to look at you now? No.
You still got to look in the mirror.
You about to go to jail, so anyway.
Like, what the fuck? This shit is dumb. This shit is ass and a whole lot of trash, man. Right? It's fucking ass and a whole lot of trash. So that's why, I'm glad we talking in detail about this, because we could just get this story out, and it's always bigger than just sharing juicy topics and trying to be messy. It ain't about that. No. It's a lot of people go through these same type of situations, and we gotta learn from this shit. The best way to teach is through experience and talking about real life shit. Yeah. This is a real life situation that a lot of people are in. It's a lot of people that's in relationships they don't need to be in. Yeah. They scared to leave. Yeah. They're codependent on each other. So they just continue to lean on each other, thinking that you need this person because you're so scared to do life without the person. You was doing it before they got there.
Desperation and loneliness. People are scared. I always talk about, because I'm good with being by myself, right? Don't mean we meant to be by yourself. You should be with somebody, a healthy, relationship or whatnot. Mm-hmm. But some people are not able to be by themselves.
And that's a bunch of bullshit, because you was by yourself before this person arrived in your life. So why can't you?
But so again, scared. You don't know how long they've been by. Some people cannot. It'll be maybe 2 months they're by themselves. And I gotta hurry up and get another one. I gotta hurry up and get another one. It's like, why? So I never got that. So I've never been that way. So I think that's why it worked for us too, because we know how to be on our own.
Hell yeah.
We're not desperate. There's no desperation. There's no depression of being lonely. I'm so lonely. No, right. You can be alone, but not feeling lonely. Mm-hmm. Like, I'll be alone, and I'm like, yeah, I'm alone. But I don't be like, oh my God.
You know what I mean? I need somebody
here. Like, even the kids know. I'm like, hey, out. I want to be by myself right now.
Come on now.
And then when I want to be around, then come on.
That's the best place to be, is where you want to be, not needing to be around.
Right, not needing. Exactly. No. It's not a need. Like, when we see each other, I love it. I love to see. Like, do I need, oh my God, I need to see him? No, I want to see him.
We want each other.
I want to spend time with him.
We want to do life together. We want to be in each other's space. Exactly. We want to help each other.
Yes.
We want to talk to each other and continue to get to know each other. We want to have experiences and we want to continue to grow in the relationship together. That's what the fuck it is.
So it went from me wanting to be alone to wanting to be with you.
And you honored it.
So beautiful.
You honored it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't fight against it.
No, I didn't fight against it.
We both honored it.
It was so fucking great. And it was so, organic.
Because a lot of people run from the thing that they want.
Oh yeah.
They be claiming they want some shit, but when they face to face with it, they run from it. They scared of it.
I'm glad it was you, because
But then they settle. They settle for these bullshit connections where they don't have to be completely vulnerable, but they get the sex, they get whatever they getting from it, but they don't really gotta bare their soul. They don't really gotta face their fears for real. And they get into these half-ass, codependent ass relationships, and they think, okay, so that's what you think you worth then. Yeah. You think that's all you can get in life. But then they claim they be wanting to get married, and that be the main ones talking about they want to get married.
Oh
Me and you
my,
ain't even
yes.
tripping on marriage.
Listen.
But we moving like that. We moving
Yes,
with the
we
fearlessness,
moving.
and we want the real connection. These
Mm.
motherfuckers just be talking.
Because it sounds good.
I want this and I want that. Nah, you don't want a damn thing.
Sorry, somebody's barbecuing.
Yo, I've been smelling
You
food
smell
this
it?
whole
Yes,
time.
me
I've been
too, like-
smelling ketchup. I've been smelling like
Ketchup.
some type of good food. Like that barbecue smell just hit me just now.
Me too.
It's smelling good as fuck. And I ain't ate nothing. All I had
Smells
was the
so
juice because I just wanted to get the juice in me early. But I swear I'm about to eat something because I'm hungry than a bitch. And them fumes is hitting my nose, baby.
Yeah, it just got me. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, we're going to wrap this up anyway because I think we definitely hit a lot of stuff. But,
yeah. So then, you know, just to wrap up what happened, you got him out of your place.
Yeah.
And then,
finally,
like I said,
it was,
once you had to handle that, now we can explore whatever this is. We can continue to get to know each other without any feelings of guilt, without having to feel like you got to sneak. I didn't want that. I didn't want that. And I want it better for you. I want it better for me and you because I know you a good woman. You a solid person. I'm like, nah, I'm not about to keep enabling that. I don't want you to continue to have access to me but not have full access to me because you in some shit.
Yeah.
No, you deserve better than that. I deserve better than that.
Yeah,
you deserve better than that.
That's why I didn't want to do that to you too. I was like,
everybody deserves better than
everybody.
that. And people have to just respect themselves. Everybody got to respect themselves more.
That's why I wanted to free him. It was like, I'm going to free you. Free yourself.
Come on, free yourself. Free yourself.
So you don't have to feel that way anymore because you're doing it to yourself at this point. If I keep telling you leave, and you keep acting in your delusions that we are together when we're not, until the very last
unhealthy
minute
attachments,
it
baby.
happened.
Remember I bringing up unhealthy attachment.
Unhealthy.
He had a very unhealthy attachment to you.
Until the very last minute.
It's like,
literally,
come on, man.
The very last argument, I'm not going to talk about it because it was a lot, but the very last argument, he still had the delusion of us being together, like crazy. And then the last argument is when I was like, that's it. You got to go.
Damn.
And he left within the week.
Yep.
Within that week of us having that last argument, when I really snapped, like I snapped so hard. Because he had the most delusional shit to say, but made it seem like we were together, like we had a future.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand that. I was like, oh my God, you really
it's
fucking
insanity.
With me. But at that point I was like, you fucking with me now. Like now I'm seeing something.
That's when you had to show that beast.
Yes. And he was like, whoa, okay. And I was like, yeah, you need to hurry up, find something, because it was excuses after excuses of not finding your place.
Yeah.
And I was over it. It was like, no, because it's too much.
Yeah.
And then he left. And it was
dog.
Amazing. Aww.
That's a nice looking dog.
It's a German Shepherd. I want one. That's what we were looking at, me and Mike, looking at German Shepherds. Because if I wanted a big dog, that would have been that.
Yep.
Yeah. And then a small little one.
So then, once he was out of the place, that was one less thing we got to think about or talk about, because that was interfering in us connecting.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. When everybody honors themselves, you open up everybody, including yourself, to find the thing that's truly for you. Yeah. There's too many people settling for shit that's not for them. And you blocking your blessings, you blocking somebody else's blessings. And I ain't for having my fucking blessings blocked.
Right. And I wasn't having it too. When I realized who you were for me and what I wanted.
Yeah.
That's when I was like, oh no.
No. No.
I was like, we're not gonna do this no more.
We're not doing that shit.
You're gonna stop playing in my face.
Everybody playing. See, I don't like motherfuckers.
I don't like playing either. That's why I was too honest. That's why I kept saying I'm too honest. I'm telling you everything. It's too much.
I ain't wanting to play. I ain't wanting to play.
So yeah, so you did that. When you put your foot down, that definitely was amazing to me because it made me look at you different. And then, and it happened.
And then from there, now, that was like at the tail end. That was like October 2024.
Yeah, it was like
toward November. It was probably October, somewhere in October.
Oh, it was October. Yeah, it was October. That's right.
So then from that point, now we're able. Now we're able to just connect freely. Now we can connect freely and get to know each other, and now it's turned into the dopest relationship ever.
It did. It's amazing.
It's dope.
That's exactly how I seen it progress. Like I knew how great it was gonna be.
And we've never lost the friendship.
No.
We still, and I wanted to make it a point to always call you my best friend.
Yes.
Because that's the biggest title of all of them is like,
Yes,
I gotta
best
be
friend.
with my best friend.
Because that's what we were.
That wholesome shit, because it ain't no motive behind being somebody's best friend. You're not trying to get,
Nope.
You're not trying to get a ring, or you're not trying to
Get
get a
with
certain
them,
title or a
right.
certain status. When you somebody's best friend, you just rock with that person.
Yes.
And that's the building block. That's the building block for everything else, because our intimacy is crazy.
Yes.
Our chemistry on all the romantic levels is crazy.
Level 10, baby.
You know what I mean? And we wasn't even looking for that in each other.
At all. Didn't see it, didn't feel it, didn't feel nothing.
And now when I look at you, I'm like, damn, why did I not see this in the beginning? So I used to think it wasn't possible for me to be friends with a woman and then grow into like having the attraction for her as if it was a woman I was lusting. You feel like you needed that
first.
I thought I had to have the lust. And you taught me that I don't have to have the lust up front. And then it could come later and be stronger than the lust you had for like the girl that you just see walking down the street and you just like how she looked.
Right.
The attraction I have for you is so much better because it's rooted in like some real shit. So it's like, yes, you look beautiful, but I fell in love with the person before I fell in love with the body.
Yeah, it was almost like a long distance relationship.
Yeah, like
but it wasn't that. We talked about everything. Like the walks definitely got us closer. Having these walks, and I needed that.
Mm-hmm.
I needed that. And you did that. You didn't even know what you were doing for me at that moment, but I needed it, So I think that's how the love grew for me. Is of how, caring you were, how like you're just a great person all around. Like how kind you were, how you included everybody and everything that was going on. And that's what I used to tell him. So like even before I met you, like when he first moved in, and I was telling him how we shouldn't be together. Because I was like, I got a big heart. I love people. I'm not selfish, but you are. And I told him like, but you that type. Like I can tell you very into yourself. You're very self-centered, and that's not going to work because I don't really gel well with people that are like that. It's so contradictory to what I am. And that was like a year because that's who I am. So when I met you, I was like, damn, he's like me. He just do more because he do community. I don't do all that. But this is
the
me.
Spirits are the same.
Yes, exactly. Like inside of me, this is who I am. I'm a loving person. I'm caring. I'm sociable. I love people. I get along with people well. I can talk to anybody with no problem. And that's how you were.
We both free spirited. Yes. We both don't want to be feeling locked down with a person.
We're non-traditional. We were not thinking about marriage. Like we never grew up with a dream of this and a dream. Like we don't have a checklist of things. That's the way it's supposed to be. So we were in tune with all of that.
It's a spiritual connection, baby.
It definitely is. Yes.
And I wouldn't want to be with nobody else.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't want it with nobody else either. I'm so happy. I told you earlier, I was like, I'm so thankful that I'm with you. I'm so happy.
I'm grateful. I'm with you. We both feel lucky to be with each other.
And it's mutual. It's not me not feeling this way and you do, or me feeling that way and you don't.
It ain't like one person feels stronger than the other.
It's the same.
We're on the same page.
I never had that. The same.
Remember the first time we addressed that we was thinking like the love word?
Oh my God.
But I said it.
You said it first too, and I was
every
thinking
moment
it.
Where
oh my God.
Every moment where the feeling is getting a little stronger, I would say something, you was like, I was thinking the same thing. I just ain't want to say it.
Right. Because I wasn't sure.
In sync. The whole time we've been in sync.
Always. Oh my God. That's crazy.
Ooh. You caught that chill, didn't you?
I did.
Oh Lord. So I'm gonna let y'all know she got this thing she do where I ain't even gotta touch her. If I'm saying something or doing something and it's touching her spirit, she get that electric shock.
It's your spirit touching me.
Ooh Lord. You know that's a connection when somebody make you jump. And she make me jump too. Ain't nobody ever made me jump like that.
You can do it when you're not even around me. We can be talking sometimes, remember? And I'll be like, oh my God, you just made me jump.
And you know everything is electric.
Yes.
We ain't nothing but electricity.
Exactly. Yes, we are. So energy.
The fact that energy is that strong that we giving each other the shock, and it ain't even got to be nothing sexual.
Nothing at all. Nope. You can just be talking.
I wanna end it on that. Stop chasing the sex energy. Y'all be too sex crazy, and that's why a lot of these connections they're not ending up what people really want. Because as much as y'all be chasing the lust and the sex and the attraction, and you think I can't be with a person unless they look like this, or unless y'all gotta let go of the surface level desire. All this lusting after people is not getting you the desired result, because everybody wants to have a solid partner. So if that's truly what you want in life, I've been telling people, just make friends. Because in the end, when that lust wears off, because it's always going to wear off if that's what your shit is built on, you're going to have to deal with the fact that you really ain't got a friend. You don't have a friend. And that's going to be the issue in your relationship. And that's going to be ultimately the reason why that shit fails. Because it ain't built on nothing real.
Yeah.
You can fuck anybody.
Yeah, that's easy to do.
It's easy to put penis in vagina. That's not hard to do. It's hard to find a legit friend, somebody that's really compatible,
valuable.
And that's why that's the main thing people look for in this life, men and women. They want that partnership. They want that companion. They want that love.
Yes.
So
that really care for them. We
got to start doing it the right way. Stop doing it backwards. I get it. People be horny. I get it. It's people you look at that'll be, that's an attractive person. But this shit is deeper than that.
Yeah.
So I hope that by me and my bae sharing our story, maybe we can inspire some people to get rid of just the surface level, shallow approach to dating. Because it really got a lot of our people out here fucked up, and our kids got to come up in those kind of situations where they don't get to see real love because we're not picking correctly. We're not picking with the intent to just love a person. It's too much checklist that ain't got nothing to do with finding a friend. Find you a friend.
Yeah, that's it.
Find you a fucking friend.
Be friendly.
And let it blossom from there. If it don't blossom, then just be friends. But if it do blossom, that's going to be the best relationship ever because y'all started on the right shit.
That's right, babe. Tell him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Looking all fine over there.
You want to, anything you want to like a question leading into the next one? You know how we be letting the conversation blossom into the next one. You ain't got to force it, though. We could just,
I can't think of anything right now. I think we talked about so much.
Yeah. We'll probably just pick up on... We're going to have a lot of relationship topics and juicy topics and shit.
That. Yeah. I think we're going to have some good conversations.
So we're gonna let Bae, because she got her little notebook. She got her little notepad where she be writing down topics. And we just going to figure it out next week.
What we going to talk about? That's right.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, God, my ass.
Sitting up there. I know I was moving my legs around.
Oh, my ass.
Trying to stretch.